Alright, so I'm gonna talk about a time when I was in 10th grade, around like, 5th grade, sorry. 5th grade, I was 10 years old, middle school, Times Square, over there, by Chad Brown. I remember being in the morning, I was with my friends, we were just in the morning, just, coming into school, getting out the bus. Um, we go into the gym, we were just talking out, and then we go into the bathroom. We're just chilling there for a little bit till we have to go to our classes and stuff. I remember talking to them, and two of my friends, they wanted to just play fight. They wanted to record it, play fight, whatever. Throw hands, that's what they call it nowadays. Slap box too. But I remember being in there, and I'm in the back. I'm trying to use the bathroom, or I'm pretending to use the bathroom. And I remember looking at them like box or slap fight, whatever. And it's like a snap second. A couple seconds later, teacher walks in, and my heart drops. She's like asking us what we doing. It's a woman, mind you. She asked us what we doing, why we're doing it, and I remember telling us to go to the gym, and I'm like, my heart's racing. I go sit down. We all sit down. We're like, oh snap, we don't know if we're getting in trouble, whatever. And then I remember later, like probably like our first period, halfway through our first period, we all get called down to the office, the main office, front office. It was like 5, 6 of us. And I remember that time I was like, in my mind, I'm praying to God because my heart was racing. The one person I was fearing at that time wasn't even the Lieutenant Reese, who he was our principal at the time. It wasn't my dad. It wasn't nobody else. The first person on my mind was my mom, because I know what kind of expectations she holds me to and the accountability she has for me. But so we go down there, I talk to him, we all talk to him. Man, mind you, I'm busting down in tears. I'm not sure what to do, I'm not sure what to say, but he called us all one by one, and it's my turn to go in. I talk to him, I tell him, I was trying to just say, like, I was in the bathroom, I wasn't participating, I wasn't, whatever, I wasn't with him. And then afterwards, we all are in the their conference room, and then he calls us all back in again. And then that's when he tells us we're all getting suspended. I got a reduced suspension because I was in the background, I didn't fight. But in the video that they had, you can see me in the back, and I was smiling because I thought it was funny and stuff. I thought I was 10. But yeah, when he said suspension, I never felt that feeling in my life, because up to that point, I never got in trouble. I always got good grades. I never wanted to disappoint my parents. So when that happened, he called my mom. I remember talking to her and crying, and she didn't even have like a tone to her. She just said, "Okay, I'll see you home." And I already knew I was in trouble. So she actually picked me up too that day too. But she still didn't really give anything to show like she was super pissed until I got home, and that's when she let it all go. And I remember, she told my dad too. So afterwards, I was in my room waiting, just like not sure what to do with myself, thinking about what happened, how I can change my approach to what happened, how I can just fix what I can do. And that's what I was just doing in the moment. And then my dad gets home, and I talked to him about it. And he was super pissed too. Not to the point my mom was, but he was as well. And then he talked to me, he's like, why you gotta do this? Why get suspended for? You wanna be stupid? You wanna be like one of these dumbass kids? And I was like, I was just crying because I didn't know what to say to him. And then after I built up enough strength in my body to just, take accountability, and I was honest with him. I was like, bye, I didn't mean to disappoint you guys. I didn't mean to do this. I never felt this, and I never want to feel it again. I don't want to be suspended again. I never want to get in trouble to this degree, because I don't want to see you guys get like this, because I know what kind of standard you guys hold me to. Being the big brother, mind you, because I had a smaller, like, he was probably like 4 at this time, and I just had a newborn sister. But like I said, and then he tells me, he's like, I'm not grounding you just to ground you, but I'm grounding you so you know that we love you. And I took that to heart. And I think after that words, I really never got in trouble, just like fighting wise, or like just like off of stupid stuff like detention, or I never got suspended again. I kept my head down. I got good grades, honor rolls, since till 12th grade. And I was always just like, I was trying to be top of the, like, who they wanted me to be, basically. I wanted to just be them. I wanted to make them proud. And it showed, because when I graduated, I seen it in my mom's face how she was. But I think to this day, I think like accountability is my biggest thing for me, especially with this class. I'll say I had a rough start, but holding myself to that standard that I always needed to has helped me throughout my journey, and helped me become who I am today. So that's basically it.
If you could be given one skill or develop one skill instantly, what would it be?
Anything?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I want to be good at dart throwing. It's pretty good. It's pretty fun. Yeah.
So as someone who has also been suspended,
Yeah, it's not funny.
yeah, not gonna talk about it. But talk to me about what was kind of going through your mind in that car ride home.
Well, I thought like how I said, I thought she was gonna just like go off in the car, like how she did at home, but she kind of waited. She let it kind of marinate. But in that ride, I was just like, in my mind, I was like thinking about what she was saying to me, and it didn't happen, thankfully. But in my mind, I was just like, I know I fucked up. Like, there's just no ands, ifs, or buts. There's no excuses. I didn't need to put myself, and that's the thing. Like, I put myself in a situation that was probably like the easiest way to get out of. I could have used the bathroom, just walked out, went into the gym, back into the gym, got ready for class, and kept up on my day. But I was being an idiot, and I just made a mistake, and then I just drove. I wanted to fix it, and I wanted to just learn from it and take from what I took from it and keep going.
If there's an animal that you feel embodies your essence, drive, spirit, which one would it be?
It's kind of gonna be cliche, but I will say lion. Just because like how I am trying to be now, just trying to be a leader for my younger siblings, especially. I just want to be, I just want to have those leadership skills. I want to be able to lead. I want to be able to speak. I want to be personable. I want to be able to get, connect with other people. I think one of my other bigger traits is just loving. I love my family. I love my girlfriend's family. I love her the most. I'm just trying to get that to everybody. Trying to lead. Trying to show how I can lead by example. That's pretty much it.
If money was no object, what would you do for work?
Great question.
If money was no object, what I would do for work? Honestly, I would say cable, because I did work with my dad one summer. It was under the table. But, I would say cable, honestly, I enjoyed it. And I actually did talk to him about doing some as a second option. If sports media doesn't pay enough for me to do electrician classes, so I can learn more about that, and I can probably have a room for that if I'm not able to succeed in my main goal, in my main goal. So,
What advice would you give the 10-year-old you?
what advice?
Yeah.
Not to be an idiot, but nah, I'll tell him that, you know, it was just a mistake. What happened? That you're just gonna learn from it, and you know, that's a disappointing thing. So, that's that.
If you could go back, would you change the outcome of that situation, or are you
100%.
happy?
100%. I wouldn't even I never would have probably went into the bathroom to begin with. Just didn't make sense for me to do it.
If you didn't learn that lesson then, though, do you think you'd be the same person you are now, as driven and as committed to upholding that standard?
Nah, I wouldn't. Even though up to that point as well, I did pretty well in school. I never got in trouble either. But I think what I took from that was that just accountability, you know, and just picking who your friends are. Because after that too, I was like cool with them, like those kids I was with there, I talked to them, but I never really made friendships with them, you know? Like personally, I never hung out with them outside of school, stuff like that, so I don't think I would have learned as the same, I never would have been the same. So.
Yeah, I think who you surround yourself with says a lot about your brains, too.
And my mom also said that a lot to me, because especially from that incident, she was like, yeah, like, you know, putting the people around you, the right people around you would help a lot, because if you have the wrong people, then it's gonna be turmoil, it's gonna be bad, they're not gonna help you.
When you're a parent someday, would you handle the punishment the same way? Would you let it marinate, and would you do the same thing? What would you do similarly? What would you do differently, and why?
I would try to instill in my child not to do, I'll tell them, you know, before you make a decision, think in your mind, is it wrong? Is it right? What consequences can come out? What positives can come out, you know? So they can think in their mind once they get to an age old enough, like, should I do this or should I not? I mean, for the punishment, I got grounded. It wasn't more about the punishment, it was more about the talking that really hit me. But I mean, I would just, you know, for me, I'm not really like a person that I don't see myself hitting my child. I'd rather teach them through talking to them. But I just think that I want to talk to them and get to them first before they make a mistake like that. But if they do, I would try to like tell them like, just like, it's a mistake, honestly, depending on severity, because you know, different stuff. But if it's small or something that they can learn from, I'll tell them like, you know, just learn from it. Think about what you can do to better yourself from it and what you learn from it, and see where they, you know, help them up from there. So,
Awesome. Great job, man.